deep left corner. Rockets come up with it.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Rises for the slam. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Warriors with the lead. Good start to this one. After one quarter of play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad.
Draymond Green sends it away. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Now the Warriors going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Curry to Thompson. 4-3. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Not that time. Thompson to bring it into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Steph Curry, he's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Paul into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Here comes the screen. Iman Shumpert, tough matchup with Draymond Green. To P.J. Tucker. Paul. Shot from in close, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Curry can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Curry into the front court. Leads 4.
I got ball. I got ball.
Nothing going here on that drive. Steph Curry. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Chris Paul at the line for 2 shots. A career 86% from the line. Oops, he missed the first one. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Curry into the front court. Up 5. To Green. Down low to Cousins. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Paul. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Possession lies with Golden State. Thompson to Green. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Now Paul with the basketball. 5-point game. To Harden. James Harden. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
And counted at the rim.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Paul into the front court. Down 5. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
For 3, no good. That's great defense. Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. To Harden. Trying to cash in. It's good.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Green. Beyond the arc for 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Steph Curry picked up by Paul. To Harden. James Harden has got 2 shots coming. A career 85% free throw shooter. Misses the first. It's Steph at the controls. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Count it. And the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Stephen Curry at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 90% at the line. Free throws good for Curry, and the Warriors extend their lead. Paul with it up top. Down 6. Harden guarded by Cook. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Twenty-footer at the buzzer. First half in the books. The Warriors with the lead.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Warriors put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. Thanks for joining us for...
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Harden in possession. The deficit is 6. Paul down to Fareed. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Curry. Deep right corner. Curry buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Oh, stolen by the Warriors. A pass taken away by the Rockets. To Harden. Paul. Here's Harden. Down low. Ah, the monster stuff.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Durant with the basketball up top. Leads 5. Kenneth Fareed with the block. Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Gets to the basket and scores.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Harden against the former Cougar. The drive. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Durant to Curry. Fires the 3. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Golden State at the controls. To Cousins. It's Fareed with the rebound. Paul into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Nice pass to get things going.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Runner's good there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. It's Golden State basketball. Cousins to Green. DeMarcus Cousins. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Curry. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Harden with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Got it. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
And the basket good at the rim.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Curry to Cousins. Green. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot. Well defended. Now Paul with the basketball. They can get a 2 for 1 if they hurry. Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down. Warriors basketball. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. To Curry. Fires the 3, and Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the 3.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Warriors with the lead. The Warriors with the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. The defending champs, Jay, getting all they can handle here at the Oracle.
You don't see this very often. They've come in and put up one heck of a fight, but it doesn't matter if you don't get a check in that win column.
Curry, active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. Now it's been scrappy. Let's see who can take the jump. Green. Kenneth Faried swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Gordon with it. Expect your best players making baskets.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively, and that's why the shots were all contested. But now since they picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Sean Livingston with a chance at a 4-point play for his career, 79% at the line. And he adds the free throw. Rivers to bring it into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Tucker, Green always looking for the steal. To Gerald Green. We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
From long range, message received. Well defended. Knocked loose. Warriors have it.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Yes, Klay Thompson. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Austin Rivers to Faried. Off the assist.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Thompson. Nothing going here on that drive. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
He gets it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Yes, Klay Thompson. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
The shot by Rivers, no good. From the painted area, won't go down. It's Rockets ball. Austin Rivers to Faried. Takes stock of the floor. Count the bucket for 2.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Paul. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Thompson. Here's a chance from long range. You do it as well. Klay Thompson, hand in his face, strokes the 3.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Chance for Chris Paul, not going down for him.
Oh, out there looking like the Kembe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Chance for Paul, doesn't even see the defender, buries the shot.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
To Durant. Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Paul to Harden. Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Curling inside. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Paul. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
4-3. Well defended. They'll let one fly from half court. It's the Warriors who get the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors put one in the win column with a solid performance. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
The Golden State Warriors can confidently say it was the player of their substitutes that was a big reason, if not the biggest reason, for their success today. Tremendous job by the reserves to be impactful in this matchup.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Golden State Warriors. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.